Hi, I'm Zach Parks, founder of the Lynchburg Liberty Project, and today I wanted to address something that I think is an issue within the libertarian movement, and that is this idea that you have to be an atheist in order to be a libertarian. Now, I think that's strange. Right off the bat, I would ask the question, why is it that if you believe that no person has a right to initiate violence against another person? I agree. What does it follow from there, from the NAP? How does that automatically go into you can't believe in the divine or any kind of higher power? How does that jump happen? That's a really big, really unexpected and random jump. The fact that a lot of religions have manipulated people, which admittedly, yes, that's true, and been used as devices of force against people, that's not inherent in spirituality. A state is inherently violent. Religion is not. Many religions are quite peaceful. Many are not. I'm not disputing that. I understand that is true. But okay, I've covered that part. Now what else that strikes me is there's hypocrisy involved there. Libertarian atheism, I think, is an oxymoron. How can you be an atheist and believe in free will, which libertarianism is totally built on? I recently finished this book by C.S. Lewis called Miracles, How God Intervenes in Nature and Human Affairs. If you're an atheist, you're a skeptic out there, I recommend this book. I think it will be a really good read. C.S. Lewis was an atheist. He set out to disprove Christianity, just show how bogus it is, and in the process ended up converting to Christianity. He gives an excellent case in the book for how, if we're all just products of evolution, like atheism necessarily requires we be, how can we have free will? We're just products of the environment. We are here because the environment pushed us this way and that way and this way, and we ended up with 10 fingers, and we ended up with 2 ears, and we ended up with the ability to think. That's just a product of the environment. Our thoughts are just there because the environment pushed us or pulled us in a certain way. And so we ended up having them by pure happenstance. How can you say, and I've heard many libertarian atheists talk about this, or at least some, I'm sure they will all say it, that we need to set ourselves free physically and mentally. Now that's odd. You say there's nothing more than the physical world. And then you go on to insist that there's a mental world, that there's a mental level, something different than this physical world. You as an atheist will insist that. Now, that boggles my mind. If there's nothing more than this physical world, you can't talk about mental freedom. Because you have to say that our thoughts are nothing more than physical objects. Again, bouncing back and forth off the universe. We are no different than rocks. Just physical objects. And for some reason, my arm is going up and down right now. I don't know. I'm not doing this. Apparently. The universe. Stop it, universe. Who knows? I mean, who knows, you know? And as my last point, why are you devoted to a particular set of morals and ethics? As an atheist. I'm a libertarian. I'm a believer. And I don't think those two things contradict. I think they fit together quite well. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal. That's in the Bible. you as an atheist, you don't have any kind of divine telling you, or divine showing you, enlightening you in the way to go. Everything you do is a pure personal preference. You're a libertarian because that makes you feel good. That makes you in particular feel good, and that's the only reason you can do it. It's your personal preference and nothing more. If you wake up tomorrow and you decide that you want to be a dictator, you want to be a tyrant, and you want to dedicate your life to violating people's natural rights for your personal gain, there is no reason for you not to indulge yourself in that personal preference. That's all it would be. Survival of the fittest. Rise to the top. Dominate. That's true. Can you answer these questions? You want to post a video, post comments, anything. All right, I'll listen. Show me where I've been wrong. I'm a reasonable person. I am. I will listen to the other side. I will see the facts and the logic that you bring forward. You just be willing to listen too. You're my side. Don't just shut me out because I'm religious. I'm a religious kook. I think in this video I've shown, no, I do think things through. I do see things. I see things out. I want to know, and I want to ask a lot of questions. And I really want to dig down to the bottom of what I'm searching for. You gotta have a personal God that humanity is accountable to. If you don't have that, you've got anarchy. And I mean the bad anarchy. The chaos. Because there's no reason for anybody to do anything that they don't want to. There's no reason for anybody to restrain themselves. And there's no reason for people to not violate other people's natural rights. Ayn Rand, who was an atheist, very outspoken atheist, and she wasn't a libertarian, or she was, she didn't like that title, but she was by every measure. And you can look these letters up that she wrote publicly. And she heard about a serial killer who kidnapped a little girl and was chopping her up and sending body parts to the police to taunt them. She wrote publicly about how this guy gets it. This guy doesn't bow down to what society says. He thinks for himself. He's not a slave to the culture. And she praises him. Murderer, rapist, kidnapper. And why shouldn't she? Why shouldn't she if there is no God? If we are accountable to nothing for no one, and this life doesn't mean anything. And we have no free will, so it's not like the murderer could help it. This is what I'm putting out. This is the concern I have. You don't have to be an atheist to be a libertarian. On the contrary, I don't think you can be a libertarian atheist. You cannot be part of a political ideology that demands individual choice and the respect of free will, and then be part of a worldview that totally denies any possibility of people having individual free will.